Well, hey, it's Nichibo. Man, the patch notes aren't in the news. I don't know where the patch notes are. I just got done playing a game on Trickster. Man, this is gonna be a rant. I'm gonna be straight with you. This is gonna be a rant, and I always try to be nice, but man, let me tell you, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can be nice. Let's let's go in the game real quick. I'm gonna give you guys some advice. I'm gonna give you some free advice. You know, I've been seriously gaming for well over 30 years. I'm older than dirt. And when I say seriously gaming, I mean I retired quite young, and man, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are issues with this game. There are issues that are game breaking and must be fixed with this game. Your first balance pass made the balance worse. I'm gonna give mad props where mad props are due, though. To the guy who, let's go ahead and go on down to Trench Town. Okay, so I've got two tricksters. One I played before you guys did your first nerf, and one I've played after you guys did your first nerf, and I just got back to it. And let me tell you something. Night and day between the two. And there's now... so, to the gentleman that removed the invisible asset that used to block you right here, you are a gentleman. Above and beyond. You went above and beyond. Thank you so much. That just... Now let's get into it. I'm gonna give you guys some advice. I'm gonna point out some real huge problems, and let's just dive in. So, the trickster's trees. First off, you can't branch into other trees without it forcing you to try and take either borrowed time or hunt the prey. I mean, you literally can't. It's a flaw in the trees that you're stuck into that. The trespasser's gear double locks you into slow trap and time rift. I'm still trying to make a competent build that uses both of those that's doable in a group. You can do a lot more on a trickster solo than you can in a group. The entire trickster class, if you are not the host, is broken right now in a group. No matter what you do, if you decide to do Cyclone Slice, you can bug while using it. If you decide to use Hunt the Prey, you can bug while using it. You can't change gun, can't fire, can't use skills, locked up, can't do a damn thing. Broken. To the person that said, we don't need servers, we can do this on peer-to-peer. Yeah, we all blame you. You're an idiot. We blame you. Try to save a little cash, and desync issues. You get to the end of an expedition and lose connection to the host, and the host migration puts you at the very beginning of the expedition, even though you were at the end. Come on, man. And just because I can't go in and kick somebody with this, you think that's going to stop people? This is peer-to-peer. PC players can kick people. I guarantee you I can see exactly who's connected to my system. Guarantee it. That ain't rocket science. Oh, that IP address that's connected right there, I'm just going to terminate that connection. What are you doing? Game needs real servers. Class tree. Well, let's see. Let's say I want to branch out. We'll branch it down here into this tree. Um, Not without using a movement skill, you won't. Well, that's okay. We'll just go to the second knuckle here and we'll branch down. Not without using a movement skill, you won't. Who designed the damn trickster? It's like a redheaded stepchild, and you nerfed it. Like the other three classes, I can tell you, I've got between the demo and the game, I've got over 1,000 hours in this, and I can tell you that the other three classes are head and shoulders above the trickster when it comes to team play. In solo, it's not horrible, but it doesn't even shine in solo anymore compared to the other classes. Bugs, just huge bugs. All right, let's get into some of the other flaws here. We get the damage mitigation problems. Everybody else has had problems. Okay, so here's one of your flaws, right? Your defensive mods. You fixed the bug with one of the best ones that we had. Give us some better defensive mods. Give us some mods that have a little bit of resistance in them. Like my favorite mod, simply because of the resistance in it, is looks like crit stack damage absorber, because it's got resistance. It's flat. I mean, it doesn't do as much as others may, but it's, it's reliable. But you didn't put enough resistance on it. Why doesn't armor have some resistance on it? Why do we have certain classes that get gear that have healing on it when we can't even make use of it? Why does the max health scale so poorly on the gear? The nodes where you get 10% bonus health, those aren't too bad. But the max health on the gear scales so bad. You would have to like up it by 4 times to 5 times before it's even a considerable thing. And it might help with some of the damage issues that you guys are having problems with. 2, give us some better mods. Give us some better tier 3 mods for defense. I mean, if you're going to give up offense, it ought to be a good defense mod. You missed the mark here, diffuse. That could, I mean, I'll tell you, that could have been the mod. I mean, that would have been like, I'll use that. Hell yeah. But you missed the concept. You can't do anything while you're sprinting, and when you're sprinting, you're typically avoiding damage in the first place. And it's only active while sprinting? Who designed that? Diffuse. Do you know what the definition of diffuse is? I'm assuming you do. Let's fix this mod. I'll give you it for free. I will give you this one. All right. So you take diffuse and you take phantom dash. All right. So now instead of activating on sprinting, let's have it activate when you phantom dash. All right. Are you with me? So you phantom dash. It activates when you start your phantom dash, and it lasts for 3 to 5 seconds after your dash. Starts from the beginning of the dash. After the dash is finished, you have 5 seconds before it goes away. That would play into gameplay. That would make that an awesome mod. That would make that a usable mod. That would be a fantastic mod. I would use that mod. I don't know who designed some of your defensive mods in here. And this is just lazy. Crit stack and damage absorber using the same. Come on, man. You can't do better than that. You can't do better than resistance piercer and plate piercer using the exact same one. That's at least a little variance. I mean, see, this is a little variance. This is like no variance. Fix that. Come on, man. That's my freebie for today. There's a way to make diffuse an absolutely amazing mod, and people will use it. I'll use it. Fix it. Do it. Make it good. drop rates. Man, I read that thing. I wish I had it pulled up right now. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm up top. Man, I am trying so hard to be nice and not just go off ranting and cussing. Let me put it this way. Do you get enough drops while playing through the campaign? Legendary drops? No. Do you get enough drops after playing through the campaign or by doing side quests? No. Do you get enough legendary drops when you start doing expeditions? No. Do you get enough legendary drops when you do gold CT15 expeditions? No. There are people that are literally downloading and using trainers in your game just to up the drop rates. I mean, apparently the Arkan doesn't understand how loot works. Okay, look. If your loot system has random stats, you must have a higher drop rate. Are you following me? The greater the variation in the random stats, the greater the drop rate must be to offset it. If I have 30 Inferno Seeds drop, and they range between 80k fire damage and 90k fire damage, then I know I need more Inferno Seeds to drop because I'm looking for something maybe 95 or a God rolled 99.4. People aren't going to quit playing because you give them loot. They're going to quit playing because you're not giving them loot. A little common sense goes a real long way. I don't understand why I'm constantly having to explain basic game design to developers who should know better. EA and BioWare, completely freaking incompetent. You guys have made a lot of the same mistakes that they made with Anthem. You've got a little bit better game here than Anthem, but it had potential, this has potential, and it's being squandered because apparently even Mr. Arkan doesn't understand the way loot works in games. I mean, does he play games? Does he? Does he really? Has he seriously played games? I mean, I got 30 years of playing games. I can tell you right now, if you make the game fun, people will play it. If people play it, they'll recommend it. If they recommend it, you get more sales. When you get more sales, you make more money. You'd still have a whole bunch more people playing if you'd have invested in servers. Servers may cost a little bit more. Yep, guaranteed. Does it eat into your profits? Yep, guaranteed. But if it makes the game better in every single way, it'll make you money in the end. It's common business sense. I don't understand why the past 10 years, developers, it's like y'all have done lost your marbles. You've lost your marbles. Can't nobody do a game right anymore because y'all looking for a quick buck and just don't care about the games anymore. Like, prove you care about the games. Prove you care about the players. Fix it. Just fix it. It ain't rocket science, man. Bad design. Poorly thought out. The entire Trickster skill tree. The entire Trickster class being broken. If you try and play in a group. Man, peer-to-peer could be used for so many good things. But there are some things that shouldn't be done with peer-to-peer. This is not the first game that has made this huge, giant error. For Honor made the same mistake. They thought, oh man, we'll just do this peer-to-peer, it ain't gonna be a problem. And, you know, they had an absolutely amazing game. And that one simple mistake, I'm not saying the game's dead, People still play it. I still own it. But man, it ain't half of what it could have been. You just need to admit, well, I was wrong, and fix it. Fix it. Do the right thing. Trickster, fix it. Do the right thing. Too many game-breaking, broken things. I don't remember the last time I played a round of Trickster when I was not the host where I did not bug at least 5 times during a match. It's that broken. Go play. Find out. I'm not just jerking your chain. It's truly broken. Fix it. What else would you guys like to know how to do to fix? I mean, acting like we don't understand how drop rates work. He clearly doesn't have a clue how drop rates work. He's out of touch with the game. He's out of touch with the community. He's out of touch with how drop rates should work on gear that has random stats. Not a lot of people do the random stat thing, and when they do, they almost invariably mess it up. Thought you guys might be different in that respect. So many other things I want to point out. One of these days I should write it all down. Man, I could make a 15-hour video of how to make this game into a killer game. I could. I want the game to succeed, but no resistance on armor. Armor that has stats that aren't even usable on some characters. The health stat itself doesn't scale well. Set bonuses that don't work. Who thought up the set bonuses? Let me throw something at you, man. Diversity is what's good about this game, and you had the chance to be extremely diverse in builds, and you missed that mark too. Do you want me to explain it? I will. Set bonuses. Why didn't you have a 2-piece set bonus? Are you following? And a 5-piece set bonus. Or maybe a 2-piece, a 3-piece, and a 5-piece. Are you following? Okay, here's the thing. If you've got a 5-piece set bonus, it might incentivize you to wear a couple pieces of armor that have max health as a stat. There you go. If it was good, 5-piece set bonus might incentivize you to do that. If you had a 3-piece set bonus, you could have 3 pieces of gear and get a set bonus off of it. You'd also get a smaller 2-piece set bonus off of it. But here's where it gets good. You could mix 2 pieces from one set and 3 pieces from another and get a 2-piece set bonus, a 2-piece set bonus, and a 3-piece set bonus. It would give more diversity to the game. Pods, resources. Let's fix up some more diversity to the game. Give us something to do with drop pods. Like, I don't have a lot on this character, but man, give us something to do with drop pods, where we can unlock a locked mod. Like, let us unlock the locked mod. I know it could add for, some, 2 tier 3 mods in places where you might not have thought about it. But in the grand scheme of things, with the way this game is breaking down, it's not going to be overly, horribly, terribly bad. And it would keep us from just constantly having to throw away gear. Just, this mod, I just want to try something different. Why can't I just unlock it with some drop pod resources? The stats. Give us a way to change them, man. Like, Like, especially on legendary gear. Like, just think about giving us a way to change those for drop pod resources or something. Some of us want to experiment with more stuff. Drop more legendaries. 1,000 hours in the game, I'm still missing a gun. 1,000 hours in the game, and I'm still missing some mods because I haven't got 2 pieces to break down. You got to get 2 of everything. 1 to break down and 1 to use if you want to keep it. So things aren't dropping at the rate they should be. Thousand hours and I'm still missing a bunch of mods. Not very many of the gun ones. There's some of these that I just haven't broken them down because I don't have a spare gun of that type. And then there's I'm still missing a gun. I can't believe I'm still missing a gun 1,000 hours in. I'm missing plenty of armor pieces still. Plenty. I've got a good chunk. I really have. But I am missing plenty of armor pieces. The matchmaking is horrible and not being able to tell anybody that, hey, I'm bugged. You can't even tell somebody that you're bugged. Like, I need an emote that says I'm bugged. I also need an emote that says, get on the damn elevator. Yeah, I'm looking at you. There's no way to communicate with anybody in this game. None. You can't tell people to get on a damn elevator even. When you play with friends, it's not god awful. But you absolutely have to be the host if you're a trickster. Technomancer, I've noticed it occasionally. Even when I'm playing by myself, occasionally his heal on damage stops working. Like, I've had times where it's like, man, I am just shooting everything dead and I am gaining 0 health. 0. Zilch, nada, no. And it's like, I'm gonna have to throw turrets out. I'm gonna have to. I've got to throw turrets out to get some skill leech going because I'm not gaining any health, and that's supposed to be part of the Technomancer's skill tree. Technomancers do great damage, but holy crap, when their shit breaks, I can't believe nobody's noticed that. It can't just be happening to me. And then the trickster, the poor trickster. Oh dear God. His class counts on kills. Kills to get heals up close. In a group setting, it doesn't work. It should have been close up damage for heals. Because it just doesn't work. You have to build in some other manner. You can't run a gun with them and expect your class heals to do a damn thing in a 3-man group, because there ain't enough mobs that are small. I mean, you can weapon leech it, but there's a flaw. It's a flaw that his class heal is that broken in a group. That's a flaw. You can't look at it as it's not a flaw. Are there ways around it? Yes, but it's a flaw. It's a horrible flaw. It's as bad as the Technomancer's class heal just not working sometimes. I should make a video of it. I've seen videos of it. It's not only happening to me. I've seen other people that have sat there with a Technomancer shooting stuff and not getting any healing. Their health bar just stays right where it's at. Doesn't move at all. Some of these things might be some desync issues too, but I've seen that one happen when I'm just soloing. I'm by myself. How can I? I don't understand how this game sometimes feels like it's got desync issues when I'm playing by myself. Like, how does that happen? My machine is a beast. And I don't get it. You guys really, like, Mr. Arkin, you just, I really hope that English is not your first language and there's just some kind of a language barrier there. Because that what you wrote is so out of touch with reality, gaming, the community, Outriders in general. I don't know how you can be that far off the mark. Like, the legendary drops are terrible in all parts and aspects of the game. They're god awful, terrible. I've done 20 CT15 Gold Expeditions in a row and walked out with 3, one of which was Cannonball. Tell me that's a good drop rate. Go ahead. Try and tell me that that's a good drop rate. You guys say it's like a 30 some odd hour game and that you didn't expect people to have hundreds and hundreds of hours to dump into the game. I've got 1,000 if you count the demo, and I'm still missing stuff. Tell me that the drop rates aren't pathetic across the entire board. Look me in the face and tell me that. I don't think you could do it. Man, if we were in the same room, I don't think you could legitimately look me in the face and tell me that and actually believe it. You know it'd be a lie. Either that or you just never play the game. I want this game to succeed so bad. Anyway, that's some free advice. Give us a little bit of resistance on our gear, man. Give us some better defense mods. Like, fix diffuse, man. Diffuse could have been awesome. What are you thinking about? Come on, man. Who designed that mod? Put a little thought into the trickster skill tree, man. You fix some stuff, guys. Why were your nerfs out of play? Look, I like a challenge. I love a challenge. I don't hate nerfs in and of themselves. But if they don't make sense, they don't make sense. And the nerfs you made the balance in the game worse. And I can legit say that because I have characters in all 4 classes that are World Tier 15, CT 15, you know. Some of them I don't have in all level 50 gear because I don't even need all level 50 gear to do CT 15s, solo or in a group. Poor little trickster here, man. If you get into a group, man, it's painful, dude. It's painful when you walk into a group and use Hunt the Prey 2 seconds into a match and then spend the next couple minutes trying to run into something and die only to fail because you know that until you die you won't be able to freaking change your guns, fire, or do anything. Come on, man, guys. You can't tell me you guys haven't seen any of these problems. You just can't. Do you not have actual playtesters? Like, do your playtesters just not have the correct backgrounds in gaming? What is the malfunction that's going on that you've got these broken things that aren't getting fixed? I'm really curious to see what these patch notes say. I've talked too long. One of these days I might write stuff down, but I'm sorry about this rant. I really am. I apologize. But you guys are really starting to aggravate me to no end. And people usually say, man, dude, you got the patience of Job. Well, you know, right now I don't. Because I don't know how you can just not fix it. So many of the same mistakes that other companies have made. God, why? Hope everybody stays safe. Have a good one. I'm out of here.